For my oral presentation, I am doing Lean Manufacturing 101, and where we will discover the problems for manufacturers and their increasing costs. A lot of their increasing costs come from excessive inventory, long changeover times, losses due to quality issues, and disorganization. Several of the solution for a lot of this is actually lean manufacturing. According to Method, and Method, there are 8 core methods that are used in lean manufacturing, and they are Kaizen, 5S, just-in-time production, total productive maintenance known as TPM, cellular manufacturing, one-piece flow production system, Kanban, and Six Sigma in pre-production planning. For the first one, we're covering the Kaizen, which is considered a Kaizen event. And according to Dyer, the Japanese word Kaizen comes from the word Kai, which means change or to correct, and Zen, which means good. It describes a philosophy of continuous improvement in the pursuit of perfection and reducing waste in the forms of time and movement. And by time, we mean possibility of machine downtimes and waiting on components from different areas. And then in the movement, we're talking about moving a product from one place to another, but then having to move it back to that place to do another step for the process. Then as you look further into it, you are looking into 5S, which is sort, set in order, shine, standardize, and sustain. The 5S process is pretty much just to clean everything up and organize everything, get rid of all the clutter and what is not needed and whatever trash you have. This helps improve the process and open up extra floor space by removing stuff that's not necessarily needed. On the maintenance side of the issue, we have total productive maintenance, which is TPM, which can consist of anything as minor of just organizing time in the production schedule to shut down a machine to do standard maintenance so we don't have unnecessary downtimes, to is going as deep as finding out when certain items on a machine would run their life expectancy so that they would go in and be changed before they broke. Even though it's not perfect, it would help improve and give a lot more scheduled runtime versus downtime. Now that we've covered that, we'll go on, I guess from the bottom of the machine, we're going to go up to the top of the machine and we'll discuss one-piece flow. One-piece flow consists of, as it says, just moving, so to speak, one piece at a time. Where I worked at before we had that, and sometimes you would have different stations where a part would have to go through. Some companies might run large batch sizes before they moved it to the next station because the other station may be running another product. Well, if you reduce it down to smaller sizes, this helps in eliminating waste and the fact that if you have a quality issue, you can catch it early enough to where you only have 100 parts that are bad versus having 5,000 parts that are bad, and this would help decrease your cost because you don't have to throw away 5,000. You may only have to get rid of or fix 500. Then as we move along, we have to get product to our different lines, and in this area we're talking about, we look at Kanban. Kanban has a standard size packaging for your components, and as I said before, where I worked, we went through the system and we would have someone that went around and we would have cards that you put in place for a set amount of parts, and then once you get those parts, or the tugger would come around, pick the parts up, and they would go to a warehouse section and bring the parts to the people, or to the product line. That way you wouldn't have a lot of pallets of parts waiting for jobs to run, and you just order what you need when you need it. So in wrapping up for this, for the companies to see an improvement, this will really improve their bottom line and really increase on their profitability, as well as when customers come and visit, it makes the building and the facility have a lot neater and cleaner look. It's a lot sharper, and that would impress a lot of people because then you look a little bit more like you know what you're doing. Thank you. And that's the end of my presentation.